Hey everyone, Chad Hasty here, host of the Chad Hasty Show. It's not often that I talk about sports on the morning brief, but today I am. I get to talk a little bit about sports and politics because of Colin Kaepernick and the boneheaded move that he made over the weekend. Colin Kaepernick, if you don't know, he used to be the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, but then it turns out that he's, well, not that good of a quarterback, so he is the backup, or most likely will become even more so the backup after the stunt that he pulled in Green Bay. During the preseason game this weekend, Colin Kaepernick, during the national anthem, while every other football player and person in the building stood up to recognize the national anthem, Colin Kaepernick took a seat on the bench. Colin Kaepernick saying this to the NFL media afterwards, quote, "I am not going to stand up and show pride in a flag for a country that oppresses black people and people of color. To me, this is bigger than football, and it would be selfish on my part to look the other way. There are bodies in the street and people getting paid leave and getting away with murder." The people he's talking about, that would be the police, who, I don't know, he can't point to really any example out there out of any officer that should be in jail right now that's not in jail. Of course, like most of the folks who support the Black Lives Matter, the folks who think that African Americans are oppressed in the United States, they really have no facts to back that argument up. Colin Kaepernick, now, look, I know there are going to be people who are on here and say, Chad, he has every right to protest. Absolutely he does. And I have every right to call him a dumbass for what he's protesting. Colin Kaepernick can protest on his own time. He is a quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers. He can hold a press conference anytime outside of a football game. He can donate tons of money if he wants to underprivileged or oppressed kids. But I don't see him doing that. Maybe he does on his free time. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. We certainly don't see a lot of it. Instead, he decides to disrespect this country. And whether you like it or not, that's what you do when you sit down and you shun the national anthem and when you say that this country oppresses black people. This country does not. Did we forget who the president of the United States was? Did we forget about that? That this country, the oppressive white country here, elected Barack Obama twice, not once, twice. So not that solves all racism in the world. Of course not. There's racism in the United States. There will always be racism in the United States. And here's something to Colin Kaepernick. It's not only white people who can be racist. There are a lot of other, just about every race can be racist in this world. So it's not only white people. I logged on to his Twitter timeline the other night, after it came out that he thinks that, we're a bunch of white supremacists out here in the United States. And I logged on to his Twitter timeline, and it is tweet after tweet, retweet after retweet about how America is home of white supremacy, that white supremacy is standard practice in America. This is obviously somebody who hates this country. And it is sad to me that he holds these values, these thoughts, these values. I don't know who brainwashed this kid. I don't know who got a hold of him and told him that this is apparently some god-awful country for black people. But he's wrong. Now, look, does he have every right to protest? Of course he does. But you know what? I have every right, and so does everyone else, to call him a dumbass for shunning the national anthem and for calling this country a bigoted country, for calling this country a country that oppresses black people, for calling out police officers like he did, though he didn't have the guts to say police officers. He kind of threw it on, went under the rug a little bit on that. And I think he's also a dumbass for all the retweets that he does about how white supremacy is standard practice in this country. He's full of crap. It's shameful, and I think it's also shameful that San Francisco 49ers embrace this guy and say that, oh yeah, we're fine with it, we have no problem with it. That may fly in San Francisco, but I don't think it would fly in many other parts of this country. Again, he has every right to say what he wants to. I'm not advocating throwing him in jail. Hell, I'm not even saying throw him off the team, though I probably would. But what I do think is that he is very, very wrong, and somebody needs to educate him about how this is not a bad country and that this is not a white supremacist country. Colin Kaepernick, get over yourself. If you're really that concerned about oppression, take your millions and millions and millions of dollars that you make and, well, retire from football and go help out a few people. How about you do that, okay? Have a great day, folks. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time. Follow me on Twitter, Chad Hasty Radio, and don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. Have a great day. We'll talk to you on the radio.